Okay, since I'm doing this thing where I'm vlogging about shows, I want to do this while it's fresh. I just literally, like, less than an hour ago, finished the season finale of Jessica Jones Season 2. And I have to say, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not happy with how the show was done, like, they did a bad job, you know. There's more to come, obviously, but it's so depressing because, like, Malcolm, this is spoiler, like, definitely spoiler alert, definitely. Okay, like, Trish and Jess are not getting along. Malcolm has, like, got a different job with that dude, the Chang. I don't like him, and I don't like this. Like, Jessica's all alone, and, I mean, she has Oscar and stuff, but it's like, we can't have Jess not be, like, sisters with Trish, okay? I just can't. Like, why would you end on that note? I mean, it's like, it's going to keep you coming back for more, like, do they ever reconcile? Obviously. Like, I'm not saying it's, like, bad writing. It's not bad writing at all, but it's just, like, I'm so sad. Like, it was effectively making me sad. And that was the point, I guess. But it's like, dude, no, like, of all the things, you had, like, Trish shoot her mom, like, seriously, and, like, it was so weird, because, like, I'm like, she's the villain, I guess, like, Alyssa was the freaking villain, but it's like, is she? I mean, she was, but it's like, I wanted her to make it out, like, and the thing is, like, if Trish had just let Jessica do her plan of, like, keeping her mom in that one jail where she got to visit Jess, and, and got that guy out of the country, and he would have stopped doing his thing, it's like, everything would have been fine if Trish would have just left everything alone and not try to get freaking superpowers, which I guess she did get them, and now she's gonna be Hellcat, which is cool, but it's like, I am actually excited for that, honestly, but it's like, I know this is like a sophomoric thing, like the sophomore season, and like there's more to come, and I'm like, dang it, like, you end on that note, and I have to wait, like, all this freaking time. We're probably gonna have to suffer through another Defenders to, like, get to Jessica Jones Season 3, but it's like, I definitely want to see more. I definitely need to know that, like, Malcolm's gonna start working for Jess again eventually. I can't do with, like, her and Malcolm not getting along. I can't deal with it. Like, this isn't Hogarth where I don't give a crap, It's like, of course her and Hogarth were, like, they liked each other, they tolerated each other, sort of, but it's like, no, you can not get along with Hogarth, it's fine, I don't care, but she like, turned her back on Jess, she, like, tried to work with, she helped Kilgrave escape on purpose, like, no. Like, Hogarth is always shady, so it's like, okay, cool. I don't care if they don't get along, but, like, when it's Trish and Malcolm, it's like, dude, no, like, that breaks my heart. Like, that's her family. Like, her and Malcolm, like, they had this, like, I ship their friendship, like, so hard. Like, I ship her and Trish, sisterly bond, like, where they're literally the most important people to each other. They're all they had. Like, each other was all they had growing up. So it's like, I haven't even talked about Season 1 yet. But this is just fresh, and I wanted to get to this while it was fresh, but it's like, I have a lot to say about Season 1, definitely. I mean, from start to finish, Season 1 was absolutely perfect in every way. I have absolutely zero things to complain about. I mean, like, the writing and the things that they called attention to and everything about it was absolutely perfect. I'm not saying this one wasn't perfect, or wasn't good, but it's like, it was a different thing. I mean, it was, like, a different plot, which is, like, it should be. It shouldn't be the same plot over and over again, and we can't. I kind of like that they, like, included Kilgrave in the aftermath of how Jessica felt about, like, what happened and all that. That's what would naturally progress. But I'm glad they didn't make it all about him, because it's like, he's gone now, let's move on to something else, which is good. It shows that they have more to to tell, or, they come up with something new and interesting. I was, like, freaking on the edge of my seat, and I'm like, I don't even know what I want to happen right now. Like, I don't know if I want her mom to get, I don't know if I want them to kill her mom. I don't know if I want them to, like, her to get away. I don't even know. I like the whole, she can visit, like, if, like, Trish had left it alone, and, like, Jessica got her way, was okay with that. I was okay with, like, the doctor getting away. And they didn't, either one, like, the doctor or Jess's mom didn't seem like seriously bad people. Like, not totally evil and irredeemable people at all. Like, he was trying to do that to save people. He was, you know, like a mad scientist or doctor, you know, trying to, like, he definitely didn't do it for evil reasons, I don't think, but it's like, you can't do that. It was wrong, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, you know, it's not exactly a Kilgrave person where it's all selfish motives of, like, you know, this rapist, controlling, you know, Kilgrave was at his core just awful, you know, so it's like, it's a good contrast to the first season. I like that, like, a lot of shows do try to, like, redeem the villain, like, every time, and that sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's, like, overdone. But this season, the fact that they made a totally irredeemable villain the first season, they can kind of get away with doing this the second season, because they didn't do it the first time, you know, he was not redeemed. You know, I thought they were going to go there for a second, which was like, I don't know about this, but, you know, it was very well done. But this one, I'm glad, you know, it's not as bad, because they're not doing it every single time, so it's like, they definitely had redeeming qualities, and you're not even sure who's the bad guy here, because it's like, so is Trish the bad guy, but she wants to be a hero, and, like, she's doing it for this reason, and it's like, nobody's sure who's doing the right thing, and who's doing the wrong thing, and, you know, they're not even sure if they're doing the right or wrong thing, even Jessica, and, you know, so it's like, everybody is just, like, not either, like, totally good or totally bad. Like, literally everybody in the show is not totally good or bad. They're human beings, which is good, but it's like, you know, it's, like, really realistic, so that's good. But it's like, Trisha's motives were, like, she didn't want to help people. She didn't want to be, like, this, which I don't think it's wrong of her to want to make a difference in the world at all. She didn't need superpowers to do that, but I'm kind of excited that she's got them. You know, it's kind of exciting and interesting to me, but it's also like, you know, I know a lot of people are, like, really mad at Trish right now, and they're like, I hate her, and I'm like, I don't hate her, I'm annoyed, you know. I was like, she could have done a lot of things different, or went about things in a better way. At the same time, I don't, you know, like, I don't blame Jess for stopping the, like, procedure, you know, like, they were reacting based on love and, like, protecting each other, like, throughout the season, and it's like, they kept messing with each other, like, they kept messing up each other's plans by trying to protect one another. Jess and Trish did, like, I mean, that's pretty much, both of their motive was to protect each other, and they kept messing up each other's plans by doing that, so it's kind of funny, like, their love for each other was, like, what messed up their lives, basically, so. And, yeah, like, Trish was jealous, you could tell, like, I wouldn't call it jealousy, like, I'm mad at you for having these traits. She wasn't jealous in that way, like, she didn't resent her. She didn't resent Jessica for it so much as she just wanted to be able to do that, too. She was more, like, she admired her abilities more than she was, like, jealously, like, she wasn't bitter toward Jessica for it. She just wanted them also. You know, she wanted more than what she was getting out of life. So, you know, she thought if she had powers, she could do that, do more. And you know, it wasn't Jessica's fault, though. Like, Jessica told her, I mean, like, I didn't have much. The season, you know, I wasn't very, even when Jess, like, messed up Trish's plans and stuff, I didn't find myself annoyed with Jess, really, at any point. I understood her motives completely for everything she did, like, honestly, even going with her mom and being, like, wanting to be with her, it's like, you know, she saw that her mom, like, jumped, her first instinct was to save these people that had a wreck, you know, it was her first instinct. She risked her life to save that man, you know, in the truck. So it's like, just saw her being someone that could possibly be redeemed. She saw her make the right choice in not killing Trish. You know, she brought her back from that point. She knew it was just her messed up head. It wasn't even her being a bad person. It was just what had been done to her mind through the experiments. So she wasn't really a bad person on her own without her mental, like her dissociative state she got into where she couldn't control herself. That wasn't necessarily something that was her fault, really. So it's like, you know, but of course, I wouldn't say that, like, somebody like that, when she was dangerous or when she's dangerous, she should, be, locked away or something, but it's like, how would you even lock her up? She can totally escape anything. Like, she had to, like, the whole time she was in jail, she was there willingly. She got out very easily. She was just staying in there because she was agreeing to, basically. She could have got out at any time, obviously, because she did when she wanted to. So, if she got mad at any point, how would they know that she couldn't, but after, what's his name got killed and she found out and flipped out and everything, it's like, what more could be done that would make her that mad again? Honestly, like, I don't see anything else doing that unless Jessica got killed, but then it's like, nobody would be around to be sad if you killed her, so just wait until that happens and just, but, I don't know, I'm still processing it all, but it's like, I don't blame Jessica for wanting to, because it's like, she even at one point was like going to kill her mom. She wanted to be able to, but she couldn't do it because it's like, of course she couldn't, but it's like, I never found the whole season, I didn't find myself, annoyed or thinking, Jessica, why are you doing that? It was like, it's so obvious why she's doing that, and it's like, how could you blame her? I'm like getting ready to cry though, because it's like, I was about to cry during this, watching it, but it didn't come out, but like talking about it is making it like come out, because it's like, oh my gosh, and Kristen did like the most amazing job of acting of anything. Like, she just did such a good job. Everything she did was perfect. And like, so much has happened, like, in the season, so, like, and I didn't even watch it that fast, but I'm still processing, like, I'm forgetting, like, I mean, there's so much happened, and it's like, she killed that guard, and, like, it was self-defense, though. I mean, she should have, well, she couldn't have really said, it was self-defense, I broke in his house, she didn't have a warrant to search his house, so, but that's a problem with a vigilante, they don't have the warrants, and they can't get out of this stuff. But I like that, Jessica does care about people, and it's just, I don't know, I liked it a lot. I liked everything that, and I liked her mom, kind of. It was like, you have these mixed feelings about her, just like Jessica did while you're watching it. You're like, but even while she was, like, when I first saw her at her home, and she was, like, trying to play the piano and trying to, I started to feel sorry for her then. Even I was like, well, she wants to be able to do this, and it's like, her powers make her frustrated, you know what I mean? Like, and she messed up when she got frustrated, she broke her piano and all that, so it's like, I started feeling for her then. They did a good job of slowly introducing you to her and, like, her struggle, and also, it's just such a good show, like, and, like, she was self-sacrificial when she came back to herself. She was gonna give herself up. She's the one that stopped them. She could have escaped. Her and Jessica both. Jessica was gung-ho about, let's go together, be a team, after she saw her mom save those people. And her mom saved Vito, from, not from death or anything, but being kidnapped by his mom. She helped Oscar get Vito back. And she could have been a hero. She could have been a superhero. But it was just the dissociative disorder and her temper, that come with it. It's just, that was the only thing. And it's like, if she only could, find a way to not do that. And Jessica was her way. Jessica could talk to her in any situation, as mad as she could possibly be. Jessica still calmed her down and kept her from killing Trish. So, in a way, she was right in saying, you know, you brought me back, you can bring me back from anything, so she was totally right. And, I think she was ready to not, but she did, say, hey, I don't want to, she did truly love Jessica. I was waiting for it to be like a thing where she was like, I'm not really mom, I'm just doing this or something. I was like, holy crap, that would be so mean. I didn't know what to expect, which I like that. That's such good writing because you're not sure what to expect. Oh my gosh. This episode of American Dad is on, and it's like the dress that everybody argued about, blue and black and the white and gold, and he's like, Roger's wearing it, and like, it's funny because it looks one way and then the other. It's funny. But I just realized it was that. I thought it was the same dress, but yeah. That's totally not about Jessica Jones, but I definitely have so much to say about the whole season, and season 1 definitely, because I never got around to posting anything about that or doing that, talking about it. It's I have a lot more to say about season 1 than season 2 because it pertains to like a lot of things like feminism, and which this one does too, but I haven't even thought about the aspects of feminism in this season because there's so many. But like, the first season is very well done about, abuse and rape and everything, and PTSD from that. And even they brought it up in this season when Jessica was seeing hallucinations of Kilgrave, and it helps me with my own stuff while I'm watching it, because she at one point was like, I controlled myself. That means I've always, I can control myself, so I am more powerful than you. It's like, that is amazing. That is so amazing. And it's true. Like, self-control is definitely, like, one of the hardest things about some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, a lot of people think they're powerful if they can control other people, but those people that try to control other people never have their own self-control. So it's like they're weak because they can't even control themselves. They can control other people, but not themselves. And that's the thing about Kilgrave. He was weak because he might have been able to control everybody else, but he couldn't control himself. And Jessica can, so she was right. I can control myself, so I'm powerful, more powerful than you ever were. And I was like, heck yeah, and like, she really, I can see growth in Jessica this season too. Like, just, starting to be happier and letting herself be happier, which she can't stand, even though, which she was very much like sadder when she killed Reva, which of course, because that was an innocent person and it was Luke's wife, but she's even upset about killing Kilgrave, which is like, there literally was no other choice. I mean, honestly, there wasn't, like, you couldn't possibly stop him any other way. Like, it couldn't be done. She tried to do it, like, without killing him, but it's like, eventually he would have escaped. How do you deal with somebody like him? And at that point, when he had got so strong and made his power so much stronger, it's like, he's gonna make everybody in the world do this crap. He could just get on the radio and say stuff, possibly, like, but he still couldn't control her, which was awesome. Like, just everything she said. But that's what it's like, I'm kind of surprised, because it's like, I ended the first season so joyous, because it's like, yes, that was perfect, she got him, and, I wanted that to happen. Like, I wanted to get rid of him. He's literally the villain that I despise the most of all villains of anything. Kilgrave is. I mean, it's entertaining. Like, David Tennant is so good at it, and like, Kilgrave is a very effective and entertaining villain, because he's so scary in the way that, how do you deal with somebody like that? And he's like the worst villain, though. Like, I mean, he's like he's the best, probably the most effective, but I despise him as a character more than any other villain ever, or any other character ever. Like, I despise him so much. Everything about him is like the worst. So he embodies everything that I dislike, like misogyny and like controlling women and like telling them to smile. Like, it's like, seriously, too. Like, I love that they included that, like, as like a thing that the villain does to everybody, like, smile for me. And it's like, that's his villainous thing, and it's cool that they included that. But that's about the first season. But I really just wanted to get on, you know, a thing and say stuff while it's fresh. But that's why, you know, I ended the first season so joyous about what had transpired. And this one, it was harder because it's like, it's definitely effective writing, and it's definitely good writing, but it's like, you know, it made me feel things. But it's like, it wasn't joy that I felt because it's all sad, you know, like Trish and her not getting along. Malcolm works for that dude. I want her and Malcolm, you know, and she misses them, and she will, and I'm sure there will be a reconciliation. There better be a reconciliation with both of those people, and I know she's not gonna probably stay with Oscar, though, so it's like, you know, well, I don't know, but in the comics, she eventually marries Luke Cage, so, you know, but anyway, it was a different feeling that I got from the ending. It was more of a sad ending, because it's like, I didn't want her mom to get killed. I knew it was probably inevitable, but I definitely didn't want it to be that way. I didn't want it to, like, Jessica lost, in that one moment, with one bullet, Jessica lost her mom, and her best friend, and her sister. And I'm, like, crying. So, it's like, it's worse. And she said, you know, Trish told her it was gonna end up this way, and she said it didn't have to be you, you know? So it's like, I mean, it was devastating. It was devastating, and it's like, it's such a different feeling than the ending of the first one, because I was like, yay, you know, I was so excited, especially the way it happened, and, you know, and it's such a contrast, because the way that the first season ended was, and she got rid of the villain by looking at Trish and saying, I love you. And I just realized that, and I'm, like, crying because of it, but it's like, she, you know, that was how it happened, and it's such a contrast that the villain was defeated by Trish, you know, or the villain was Trish, who knows at this point, but, you know, Trish killed the killer of the season, you know. I guess you would say Alyssa was the killer, you know, the villain of the season, sort of. So it's just crazy. I don't know, there's such a big contrast from the finale of the first season. It's like totally backwards. But it's so much sadder, and Jess was just like, Kristen did such a good job, like, her face, she just did, it's like, everything she does is great. Like, everything she did as an actress, and, like, everything, it was perfect. She is amazing. I can't even stand how great she is at everything. Like, it's just crazy. Kristen Ritter is just the greatest. She's, and all the other actors in the show are amazing too. All of them. It's all of them. I mean, all of them. But that little nurse woman, I even found myself a little bit feeling sorry for her, Garth. I'm interested in the next season already, so I guess they did their job and got me way interested in the next season. I just want it to happen already. I just want Malcolm and her to get along. Like, it makes me so sad that they're not. Like, I love Malcolm, and I'm still not, like, I don't hate Malcolm for leaving Jessica. I don't hate Trish for leaving Jessica, or doing what she did, even. Like, I don't hate them for it. It's just, like, I don't like some of the choices they've made, but I also don't think they're bad people just because they're not, like, doing exactly what the main character wanted them to do, or whatever, you know. It's like, I don't agree with Trish's decisions, definitely. She definitely stepped way out of line with a lot of things. Malcolm, not so much, you know. He really did try. He tried over and over again, and I don't blame him so much at all for most of what he did. I just wish it wasn't like that, you know, but I definitely see his point. I don't think, you know, I would want him to stay loyal to Jess even through this. It would be a lot better, but for me, emotionally. But as far as, like, what would he do? Like, we can't have... It's not fair to him in reality, you know, because that's not very realistic to be like, he's going to be loyal to her regardless, you know, and it's like, you know, he had to do what he thought he needed to do, and I think he'll probably change his mind, but, you know, we'll see. And he really deserved more credit, but it's like, you know, Jessica, she doesn't, it's not like she doesn't give you credit, it's just her personality. She's not going to show you, like, affection or give you gold stars for stuff. It's just not her personality to be like that. You know this. The fact that you're around every day and she lets you be means she likes you. You know this. You know, that's just her personality. And the only person she ever really shows much love towards is Trish. And it's like, I don't think most of what Trish did was doing it to Jessica. It was just trying to do things for herself. And it was a little selfish, but it was also just out of a place of different. I don't think Trish's motives were evil or bad, like, motivations. I don't think she had, like, I don't think her intentions were bad, you know. She didn't have bad intentions for anybody. It was just she wanted to be somebody important, you know. But not in, like, a way, like, she was already famous, you know. She could be, like, totally famous and blah, 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 like, not that kind of important. She wanted to make a difference in the world and be a hero. She always has. So, it's not really that surprising that she would want powers. And when she got the drug and saw that she could have powers, you know, it was like, well, that's just, you know, a drug that is made exactly for her to be addicted to. And then she got them, you know. Apparently at the end we see she must have some sort of powers, and in the comics she's Hellcat, so I guess she has those powers now, which I like that she does have them. I really do. I wanted her to get them, honestly. But at the same time, I didn't agree with her methods, and I didn't think she was doing, like, the right thing necessarily, you know. But if they could have all worked together, I think it would have worked out a lot better. Nobody wanted to get on each other's page, you know, and if they had all been on the same page, and which Jess would have never let her go through with that, because it could have killed her. That's the only reason Jess cared, you know. And I call her Jess a lot because that's what I prefer to call her. Jessica or Jess, which, you know, Hogarth and Kilgrave called her Jessica, and most people call her Jessica. But Trish and Malcolm always call her Jess, and only the moms ever called her Jessie, which is like, I don't like it. I don't like Trish's mom more than I don't like Jessica's mom, honestly. I like Jessica's mom better than Trish's. I can't help it. Like, I just do. But, I mean, she's dead now, but it's, you know, I did like her better. Because like Jessica even said, like, she has a brain damage. What's your problem, you know? And it's like, honestly, though. But anyway, I've talked way too long about this, and it was supposed to be a quick thing just to get my first thoughts after it was over, you know, my fresh reaction. But anyway, then I'll probably be watching season 1 again, because I love it. It's like, start to finish. I don't even think there's any, like, thing I could say bad about it. Cussing too much is about the only thing. But as far as writing and plots, characters, all that, everything that happens to them, and, you know, everything, perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And as far as writing, you know, I have no complaints about the writing at all. Like, it was written perfectly from every second of it. You know, like, the plot and the characters and everything that happened, you know, I just said that. But, and this one wasn't bad either at all. Like, I don't, you know, I'm just saying my initial reaction, like, it's just such a contrast from the first one, because it was like, oh, Jess and Trish love each other so much, and Kilgrave is gone, and the way she did it was the coolest way ever, and ended perfectly, and it was so joyous. And this one is like so freaking heartbreaking and depressing, so it's like, it's not bad writing, it's just it's not a fun ending, it's not a fun, woohoo, they won, and it's a joyous win, and it was cool, which it wasn't totally joyous. I mean, Jessica was in trouble and all this, like, she wasn't, like, super excited, to have killed someone else, but it's like, for me, it was definitely joyous. I was very happy with it. But this is not a happy ending at all. Like, this ending is it's just not a happy ending. It didn't leave on a good, happy, joyous note. So it's like, I definitely have a different feeling, for the ending of this season, but doesn't mean the writing's worse. It's just, I mean, if the writing was bad, I wouldn't feel anything. The writing is good enough to make me feel really sad. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Melissa Rosenberg is a genius, and I love her. She's the creator of the TV series of Jessica Jones, and she's amazing, and there's so much more to talk about with the feminism and the directors being all women and all this, and it's just great. And if you watch the show, you have to check out the illustrations they did for each episode. I'm gonna have to go look at them again after watching the episodes. So, anyway, that's all.